Examining new revelations in the Lily and Jack Sullivan missing children case.
Provide a closer look at the relationship between their mother and stepfather. The latest details come from lifted redactions CBC and other media outlets have been fighting for in the case. The documents include an affidavit filed by RCMP that explains the investigation to date. Malaya Brooks Murray and her boyfriend Daniel Martel were together for about 3 years before Jack and Lily disappeared on May 2nd. All of them lived in the Lansdowne trailer where the children were last seen. According to the documents, Martel told police.
And again, we're going to take a look at that property, but Martel has changed his story more times. How to change the messages? What? How to you change top messages? I'm not sure what that means, but I'm glad you're ready. Let's roll. All right. I'm trying to answer questions while I'm doing this, but guys, if you really have a question or you want to help out towards the goal, super chat, super sticker, all that stuff. All right. All right, let's go. I got Foxy and the mods will answer your questions. All right. So we're going to take a look at this too. And this guy lies more times than I change my underwear in a week. And I change them every day. So that says a lot. And maybe that's too much information, but lies, and more lies, guys, in my opinion.
Police they'd been fighting about money. His mother also referenced financial difficulties. The new records disclosed that in an RCMP interview, Brooks Murray said Martel would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which would sometimes be physical and hurt.
I mean, listen, if he was doing that and abusing Malaya, was he also abusing the children? And why is he painting this narrative of a good old boy? Every time we see him, he tries to make himself look pretty and, dress up. And I'm such a great dad. No, bro, no. We're finding out that you're actually a mathematician and you abuse women. And now probably children as well. All right, let's keep going.
Martel provides a different account. He told police their relationship was good and they had ups and downs like any other couple.
When somebody says that and you find out otherwise, they're hiding something bigger than what we think. All right. He could have said almost anything, but with this new information, we know that he's a liar. And we already knew that. We speculated, but now we know. Here's the evidence that shows that he lies, and more lies.
He said they would yell at each other when they were fighting, but there was no physical violence in their relationship. Yeah, RCMP Staff Sergeant Rob McCammon confirmed the nature of their relationship at the time of the children's disappearance is part of the investigation.
Are any of the children's family members considered suspects in this case?
I wouldn't say anybody's a suspect. Again, we continue to gather information and whatever evidence that we are able to find, and we'll make our decisions based on that. But we are not in a position to really comment on suspects or anything like that at this time.
The case is still being investigated under the Missing Persons Act and has not moved to a criminal investigation. But in new submissions, the Crown noted that while there is currently no reasonable grounds to believe a crime has taken place, it could be.
Although, guys, so here we are 270 days later, and they say, and I think that they're just telling this to the news that they don't see this as a crime, but a missing person. They've got to be gathering that breakthrough evidence in a way that they can turn this into a criminal investigation. And I agree, the whole family shady AF. All right. But there's so much more. And when money problems come into place, a lot of bad things happen. I didn't even realize that was the predicament they were in. They never said anything about any of that. Let's keep going.
I'm criminal.
When they state that there are no reasonable grounds for a criminal offense, what that really says to me is that there's currently not enough evidence to make an arrest for a crime, but a crime is not obviously being ruled out. It's a very important linguistic distinction.
The documents also say RCMP are using technology-based investigative techniques which may provide information to support criminality and help find Lily and Jack. Angela McIver, CBC News, Halifax.
All right. All right. Now we're going to get into, I'm going to tell you all the updates, and we got so much. Direct Current says his own children told law enforcement, and they say they seen their dad, Daniel, hurting Jack and Lily, but they don't have that in the documentation. We're not looking at documentation that says this is a criminal case and X, Y, and Z. Right. And then Rebecca says Malaya was exaggerating. And that's why I want to, at the end of this, we've got a whole Malaya Brooks take it back from then to now. Oh my God, guys. Thank you, Saucy Skins. Hit that like button, subscribe, get a membership so we can get to that. All right. I'd love to do that with you. And I'd love to do it today. So let's pull this down. And let's take a look at the tensions between them and everything else. All right. So that's a big deal when tensions run high with money issues. All right. And they're saying in the documentation that issues plagued the family around the time son was 4 and daughter 6. They keep saying 4 and 5, but I think that's because maybe his birthday passed, but you see the difference. So this article came out on the 19th of January. That was 8 days ago. All right. New details emerged, like we heard, about the Canadian family and the disappearance. Siblings were living with Malaya and stepfather Daniel and the couple's baby daughter. At the time of the disappearance, they were last seen with family members 1 day before they were reported missing. Since then, police have had numerous in-depth searches. We're going to show that after all this in the thick woods near the home. And when I show you that terrain, you guys will realize those kids weren't out there. All right. And if they were, they would have been found. Authorities have conducted 75 interviews and received over 1,000 tips related to the case. Court documents obtained by the outlet revealed new details of Brooke Murray's, the mom, seemingly tense relationship with her husband at the time, as well as money issues they faced when the children's father stopped paying child support. Did you guys know that the kid's father stopped paying? When asked by police if Daniel Martel was ever physically abusive, Malaya said he would try to block her, hold her down, and he once pushed her. That's what the document showed. All right. Say a prayer for Jack and Lily. And we need to find out more about why they why they didn't tell us about a lot of this initially. I feel like we could have been doing something differently, but I guess it wasn't a criminal investigation. So there they are here looking happy. And also they've got little dots. When people have blue or green eyes and they're mathematicians, you can see it in their eyes, guys. I know, many of you know, right? And again, she said he would take her phone when she tried to call her mom and sometimes be physical and hurt. During Martel's interview with the police, he explained, like we saw, they'd been fighting about money, but their relationship was still good. Now, let's get to the dad, biological father of Lily and Jack, whose name is Cody Sullivan. The siblings' biological father apparently hadn't seen the children in years, guys, but he was paying child support. Sullivan was paying child support until he lost his job 9 months before they disappeared. All right. Again, that could be another reason that Daniel and Malaya, something happened and they got rid of the kids. Tensions were high. So maybe something bad happened or they OD'd. Maybe the children got there's so many different things, but I don't believe they're alive anymore. Okay. There's a lot. And I do want to thank Foxy Amazon for that Guilty of Crime membership. Of course, Michelle. And I thanked you, Chuchi. And then Direct Current came in with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you. Choo-choo. Let's get to that goal today, guys. We got a while. All right. So listen, I didn't even realize any of that. I did not know about their father paying child support and 9 months before. According to court records, Martel told police that the couple had ups and downs. Martel said they would yell at each other when they were fighting, but there was no physical violence in their relationship. It makes me think otherwise. The fact that Malaya dipped and took the baby with her when the children went missing. Now, Staff Sergeant Rob Cameron told the outlet that the parents' relationship is being considered as part of the investigation, which is fabulous, guys.